see if it. Ooh, one, two, three, four. Oh, yay. Okay. All right. Let's go. All right. Okay. You want to start off, or you want me to start off? You know what? You start off. You haven't been featured in a while. We'll give you the honors. You want to go ahead, Dennis?
Uh, sure. So how do I start this off again?
Which you know what? We had a format, but I'm gonna leave that up. Like I got my own intro. I'm gonna leave that up to you guys. I'm gonna let you guys, you know, add your own little style and flair to your intros, whichever way you want to do it. It's fine. Oh no, it's crooked. Why is it crooked? I mean, you could always do hello. My name is Denden. I like strawberries, Bishonens, traps, and furries. I live in Connecticut. No. Okay, we got it. All right.
Uh, hmm,
Well, I could do it. I mean, it's fine.
please do.
You want to do it? All right. Alrighty, we are live in three, two, one. Let's do a do over and welcome to another episode of the Be Responsible podcast. Yay! This is I believe episode number five, our live episode, not audio. Hopefully, will be audio. Yeah, episode five. We gave it a simple name. We went with video games because that's what we're gonna be talking about. This is your host, well, yeah, one of your hosts, Dexter, the voice you hate hearing but can't stop listening to. Ha, I got it packed down. Yeah. And joining us here today after so many, so many attempts and a lot of technical difficulties and a lot of non-working stuff, like my Discord account getting blocked today for no reason at all. Joining us is Dundun. Go ahead, Dundun, introduce yourself. Boom, 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 boom.
Howdy, everybody.
This is my best sound effect. Don't judge me.
Wow.
I tried. Womp womp. Uh, well, we'll do a quick "How are you?" and then we'll just jump straight into it. How you doing, sir? It's been a while. It's been a few months.
Hmm.
How's
I would
everything?
like to quote one of my
Uh oh.
interesting watches of the past couple of weeks. Years. How am I doing? Not great, not terrible. Somewhere in between, you know?
Are we gonna unpack that or just no? No, that's a slight preview.
Eh,
I mean, we could do. I mean, we got a whole hour or so. I mean, we could always, what's the word I'm looking for? Deviate from whatever we planned. I mean, hey, whatever. Is everything okay? Should I be concerned? Do I need to call like 989 or something? I gotta go down to Connecticut.
everything's good.
Uh
Yes.
oh. Okay.
Ah,
There was an I.
life is very interesting.
How's the new job?
It's actually pretty nice. I like it. It's very much more organized than the last iteration of that job style.
Okay. So it's like
Since I
for.
work at the movie theaters now,
Were you working at? Well, I
it's
mean,
very
you don't have to like get into details if you feel
yeah.
that's too personal. Um,
If you find me, you find me. But
what
no,
industry?
it's a nice thing. It's very upscale. Everything about the job is almost entirely digitized,
Okay.
so
Is
I don't
it?
have to run around with like a bunch of paperwork in my hands.
Is it like 9 to 5, 40 hours, or like something different?
Uh, so it's potentially so basically with movie theater industries, it goes based off of how busy certain movies get.
Oh, so you're still in the industry. I thought for some reason you like went into something else, or maybe I was half asleep. I don't. Bad friend, Dexter. Bad friend. Very bad friend. I could have sworn you switched industries and went into like something else. Oh no, shame on me. I feel bad. I'm gonna have to say like 10 Hail Marys tonight. I'm a
No
bad.
comment.
I'm a bad senpai. No, we'll discuss that later. Okay, so it's still in the same industry. No, I'm serious. I really thought like you switched and like went like I don't know like corporate or something. I don't know. Don't judge me. I'm trying. I'm trying. There's a lot going on in my life right now. I'm trying. Okay, so you're still in the industry. All right. Okay. So yeah, that
Sort of,
all
kind of.
sort of kind of. Okay. All right. So it's based on demand for whatever it is you're doing. Okay. But you like it, so that's a good thing. That's the important part. Is it better than the last one? Like, do you get more benefits and 401k, paid vacation, PTO, all that?
I do apologize because I live right by a hospital, so there will be
Ah,
sirens and whatnot.
it's fine.
But uh, there are some benefits. Mm, it's really hit or miss. I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe, but I like the work, so
Okay.
that
Plus, it's still
something
early.
at least.
It's been like what, a month, 2 months, 3 months that you switched over.
Huh?
It's been like how long? Like a month, 2 months, 3 months? Because I know this is all like very recent.
I just started working there this last week.
Oh, oh, so it hasn't even been a week. Well, we'll come back to you in like 2 months. We'll come back to you in like 2 months. It's only been a week, so whatever. Okay. That's good. You know, Alrighty. So let's see. Video games, video games, video games. Okay, we're gonna segue into that. Unless you feel there's anything else to share, I don't want to cut you off. I want to give you, your time to
Oh, by all means, let's continue.
share what you want to share. Okay, so first item would be what was your first foray into video games? Or more specific, well, yeah, either that or like what was like your first system or like the first time you picked up a controller or keep. Well, do we have? Well, we kind of did have computers back when we were younger. Not that we're that old to begin with, but yeah. Um, yeah. So what was your first? Haha, boom, boom. That's what he said. Console video game experience.
Definitely the Super Nintendo.
Really? I think everybody and their mama started off with the Super Nintendo. I started with the Nintendo. Um, so I was not as spoiled. No, let me not say that. I was not as spoiled when I was younger as I am now. So, my cousins had a Nintendo. I did not have a console at that point in time. They had a Nintendo, and then they had like that starter pack that came with like Super Mario Brothers, the two controllers, the the little gun and duck hunt. So that was kind of like my first official experience. It's funny you say Super Nintendo because then like later on, um, my dad's family ended up getting me that Super Nintendo system for Christmas later on as like a Christmas present that came with like the two controllers, and I think it was Super Mario Brothers 3 that came with it. I'm pretty sure it was 3. Yeah, that was like my first console experience.
Yeah, for me, since I grew up in the third world,
Not the third world.
there was basically a delay in when consoles became available. So by the time we got the Super Nintendo, it was kind of like late to get the Super Nintendo because, like, I guess America got it first.
Oh, that's right. You
But
were.
anyway, yeah, my first foray into gaming was the Super Nintendo, and that's where my hatred for platformers came to start.
Why? Let's talk about that. What did platformers do to you?
It they kindled my hatred for platforming. Like
Was it
I hated Super Mario.
I was just gonna say, was it one game in particular? Was it the experience?
Well, it's just the whole thing of platforming in general. I
Just
just didn't like it.
I know,
Mario left a bad taste in my mouth, and the pettiness just
just grew from there.
encapsulated everything
Yeah,
coming afterwards. So
yeah,
anything that was remotely platformer, just no.
yeah. I don't blame you because Destiny had some platforming sections, and every time we had to do that, I was like, no. I'm like, you guys go ahead, just spawn me at the next point. We're not doing that. But then again, considering I'm like, nearsighted in this eye, farsighted in this one, and then I have astigmatism, my sense of my peripheral vision is not exactly um, outfitted for platforming, so that is another issue as well. But yeah, definitely not a big platformer at all. I did get to play the other consoles to like friends and so on and so forth. Like I did get to play the Genesis. Um, One of my friends did have that stupid mat for the fucking Nintendo with the stupid what eventually became like Wii Sports, and then you had to like step on the mat and run and all this other shit. At some point in time, I ended up owning a Game Gear. I did not have a Game Boy, but my aunt bought one of her kids one, and I was like so pissed because I wanted one, but it's fine. He ended up getting that stupid
Uh,
ass, huh?
Nothing. Wow.
Yeah, he ended up getting that stupid Tetris combo that came with it, but it was like the original Game Boy. Then after that, the Super Nintendo. Then I think my first official console that I got for myself was actually the original PlayStation. And that's when I was like, when it first came out, I was like 14, 13, and I was working summer youth. If you know about summer youth, you know about summer youth. If you're from the city, you know what summer youth
Mhm.
is. So basically, summer youth is like a job prep program, I guess. Basically, when you're like, 14, 15, 16 for the summer, you get matched with a site and you basically work at that site to get job experience to, prep you for the future workforce, so on and so forth. What fucking site was I at? Because I did summer youth all 4 summers or 3 summers. It was one of them was PS9 in the South Bronx. That was my last gig. Then it was something before that. And my first one was working at an office management program. Oh no, it was the summer camp, the office, and then it was the school. But anyway, whatever. Getting off track. I took my first little paycheck, and you know what? It's a funny story too. That not really a funny story. I got robbed. I almost got robbed. So basically, I worked. And my first paycheck, I'm like, yay, I'm gonna go get me a PlayStation. And I think I went to 181st Street. I was like shopping around trying because I forgot what fucking I don't know if it was like 200, 150. I forgot what the price was when it came out. And I didn't. I sort of had enough, but not enough with the taxes. So I was kind of like going from store to store, trying to see if I could get kind of like away with not paying taxes. And I guess when I cashed my check, they kind of caught on that I was catching my check and had all that money in my bag, which fast forward kind of makes no sense now in the future. Maybe I should have been a little bit more careful with it, but whatever. Anyway, so I was in the Heights, 181st Street, and there used to be this big shopping thing. I don't know if it's still there, where, like, right where Dunkin' Donuts is, like, when you go inside, it was like this big complex that took like one floor, like, one corner was video games, one corner was clothes, one corner was like household, so on and so forth. And there was these two guys that were following me, and I didn't realize they were following me. And then as I was getting ready to go into the store, like one gets in front of me, one gets behind me, and the other one from behind me like snatches me from the back and tries to take my bag. And then he's like, "Give me your money, give me your money, give me your money." And I'm like, "No, no, 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 no." So I'm like over here trying to fight off two people. Luckily, some bystanders came out of nowhere and helped me out, and then I just kind of bought my PlayStation and ran really, really fast to fuck off. But yeah, that's my little side story to my first officially on console, which was the original PlayStation with one controller and no memory card. We'll talk about that later. We will talk about that later. Um, oh, um, kind of sidestepped there for a moment. What was your like first officially owned console that you bought with your hard-earned money? Oh no, no, hard-earned money. We don't judge, you know.
Hmm. I have to think about that one because I, similar to you, I did summer work during high school,
Hey,
and
job readiness for the future back in the day.
turns out I did none of that, none of those things. That's a full time career or a part time career. Of course. Even so, it's. I'm trying to remember which one I bought first because I know I bought uh, an Xbox 360 and I know I bought a Wii.
The 360 was my.
But I'm not sure which of those two.
No, the 360 was not my second. No, that's a lie. No, yeah, because then I got the
I
two and the three, and then no, the 360 was my first quote unquote next gen console. But anyway, sidestepping. Go ahead. So you don't remember if it was the Wii or the what?
the Wii or the Xbox 360. It's one of those two.
I can never
That was my
get.
first.
I can never get into the Wii. I don't. I don't. It was. It was. I don't know what it was. It's like at that point in time, there was the we weren't ready for that kind of stuff, and I know because okay, let me breathe and count to four.
I was about to say, like, who's we? Is
That's why I said let me stop
I
and
was definitely
count.
here for it.
Let me. Of course you would. You're for all that, but let me, as I was saying, count. Take a step back, count to four. Because I'm not a big Apple fan and I'm not a big Nintendo fan. The irony is that most of the equipment that we use for the podcast is Apple. Sosa's fault, whole another story. I'm still anti-Apple. I just got peer pressured and swindled and fell for the not necessarily bullshit that was fed to me, but I fell for it. Yes, Nintendo. My main gripe with Nintendo is there's no innovation. I give them the credit of one, they know their audience, and two, they're very we know what works for us, so we're gonna stick to what we know, and we're gonna try to improve on what we already know. But when it's like Mario Kart 20, at that point in time, I'm just like, sir, no, like we need to. But then again, that's also another thing. Their audience has always been kids for the most part. Granted, they have Zelda and Mario and a lot of adult, quote unquote, adulty stuff, but most of the target is kids with parents and kids with disposable income and so on and so forth. But back to the Wii. I never owned one. I had friends that had one, and did the Wii come out before the 360 or after the 360?
They were the same generation, so they came around the same time.
Okay, because thinking about it now, they kind of somewhat mirrored and paralleled each other in a kind of sort of way where like the Wii was intended to be used with all that extra shit that came with it. Then I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Because then, in retrospect, looking at the Xbox, and the Xbox had like the Connect, Rock Band, a few accessories, so on and so forth. But it was not an integral part of the experience. It was just kind of like an add-on to experience certain things. I don't know, like when I saw the wheel, I'm like, wait, we got a screen, we got the little nunchuck shit, we got like, no, blah, 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 blah. It was, I don't know, for me, it was just kind of like sensory overload, and I'm like, nah, this ain't it. But I know you're rolling your eyes at me or what I said, but go ahead. Say what you got to say to me. It's fine. I'll take it. It's I'm a responsible adult. I know I have some strong
Uncultured.
opinions. Oh, okay. So, so I'm swine. Okay, that's fine. I'll be swine. It's okay. I just thought it was too much. I just thought it was too much. Ironically enough, though, the Sega Saturn was very similar to the Wii, and for some reason, I have more respect for the Saturn than I have for the Wii. Because you got to consider the Saturn had that fucking weird ass controller. Then it had the little Tamagotchi shit that was also a memory card that plugged into it. Then it had the guns and all the accessories. But I will say this though, the Saturn, just like the Vita, I would throw the PSP in there, but that's a kind of like situational kind of situation. Was ahead of his time, but it wasn't supported by the Saturn wasn't supported as it should have been by Sega, and the Vita, for whatever, well, we know why, but it wasn't supported as much by Sony. But then again, Sony should have never really tried to compete with the 3DS and so on and so forth. Because that, I will say, with all respect to Nintendo's aspect, they did have a lockdown on the mobile, with the Game Boy, the 3DS, and all the fucking like 300 different iterations. They did have a lockdown on, the mobile gaming market. The performance of the systems is a whole nother story, but then again, I mean, it's everybody's dream to have, a PC performance in the palm of your hands and happen to do the same thing, but logistically that can only go so far. So, but I will say I give him the props for that, and I will respect him for that. But yeah, no, the Saturn was a little ahead of its time, and it was not supported. And the only reason why was Marvel versus Capcom 2, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah, like I said, I got nothing against the Wii. It just wasn't for me. I know it was for everyone else and their mama, but it just wasn't for me at all. It's fine. I'll be swine this time. You could be cultured. What color did you have for the Wii, Dennis?
Why?
You had the basic white one. You got a color. You got like the black or the pink or the blue or the red. You just, what? You're not cultured. You're not as cultured as you think. You're not as cultured as you think you are. If you got the basic white one, that's that. I'm kidding.
Wow.
Yes.
At least I got one.
Oh, you could have that. I mean, you could have that. I am not. Listen, I am no way hurt by that one. You can have all the weeds you want. How much are they selling for now, anyway? And then that extra fucking screen too. I'm like, what the hell? Like, no, this is too. Oh my god. Anyway,
Are you
okay.
talking about the Wii U?
Well, that one there. That's the one that came afterwards. Yeah, yeah. I forgot there was. See, that's. I forgot there was a Wii U too. Yeah, that was the screen
Oh,
one,
culture.
right?
Yeah,
You
that's the one with the extra controller that was like a secondary
You
screen.
know what? If I can make Spider Man, if I can make Miles Morales give you a FU, I would, but I would have to like disassemble the hands and put them back together, and I'm not doing all that. So, Miles Morales says, "Fuck you, Dennis. How dare you?" You could bleep that out later.
Ah.
That's fine. That's fine. We agree to disagree. So with that said, what kind of gamer are you? Ooh.
Hmm. Your question has summoned the sirens again.
I have that. I
Uh,
have that effect. I'm always summoning something.
what what kind of gamer am I? Hold on, I might have to mute myself for a second because this is wild.
Wee, 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 wee. Oh, the listeners are gonna love that. I love this. This is that unfiltered chaos that we love so much. I gotta cut this beard down. At some point in time, I'm gonna go to trim or shape up or something as I have
All
my
right, they're gone.
feelings. Up, end of my monologue. Go ahead. Yes.
So, uh, what kind of gamer am I? To be completely honest, I don't like specific things. I like a little bit of everything.
Okay.
And apparently, that was also a crime because
What
they're back with a fourth.
they're here to resuscitate your feelings.
You're not gonna take me alive off of serious.
So what let's start with what you don't like and then go into what you do like.
Yeah, what's the question?
Let's go into what you don't like and then what you do like.
Platformers. I dislike
That
platformers.
now I know what not to ever get you. Or if I ever want to piss you off, now I know what to get you or what to make you play without telling you.
Mm, sir, I know where you live.
That is true. As do like
Uh
a lot of people. I am not threatened. I am not threatened. I live in the Bronx.
Uh,
Ain't nothing you can do that my neighbors haven't already done to me.
mm, I know several people that live in the Bronx.
Oh, I mean, they're welcome to try.
My fingers extend to the stars above.
Oh, okay. Let's hope they don't extend too far now. Ha ha. Hey.
Oh, where was I? What else do I not like? Certain JRPGs.
Like what?
Ugh.
Because that's very broad. You don't
Persona,
like Persona?
specifically Persona. Yes, I don't like
Is
Persona.
it
I don't like the
like
color scheme. I don't like.
Persona itself or
I
the
just don't like
whole?
the color scheme. I don't like the. I don't like the game. The way the game presents itself.
Which is how? I don't know, because you're like the first person I know that doesn't say that they don't like Persona. So I'm actually interested. What's going on here? Why does this look this?
Art style,
All of them or
specific
one in
trope.
particular? Because they had a lot. I mean, people from our generation grew up with like one, two, three, possibly four. Then eventually five came in our, I guess, late 30s at that point in time, and then the remakes of the old ones. On which ones did you play? Just out of curiosity, because then that it could help me determine your hatred. And
The only one that I played was Persona 4 Arena. I enjoy my fighting game.
you know what? Okay, okay. So you played Arena, which was a fighting game, but you never played any of the actual mainline
Nope,
personas.
nope.
I'm gonna let you have that one, just because you kind of made some valid points with, you didn't like the art style, the yada yada yada. I would say maybe four or five would be a good start. Three's a little more for the kind of hardcore crowd. I wouldn't base a fighting game based on an RPG as a basis for, but I'm not here to sway, persuade, or try to get you to play anything you don't like. I just it's a little iffy about basing your experiences on Persona with a fighting game when they were RPGs. But that's fair. We're not here to tell you how to live your life. That's definitely not what we do here. All right, so we got.
Yeah, listen, we do not judge.
We're not judging. I'm just like, sir, why are you basing that? That's like, saying you hate fast food when you only had food from one restaurant. I guess is the best way I can put it. But it's fine. I still respect it. Okay, so we got
Mm.
platformers, we got Persona. What? Oh my god, that just. Okay, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else?
Let's see. Don't necessarily like Mario, but I would play Mario Kart.
I never like. I mean, the Super Nintendo one was fine. Then after that, I just got tired of like seeing a Mario game like every 6 months, and it just kind of did it for me. I think the last one I played was the one for the 64. Not All Stars. The one with the 64. That was like fully 3D and
Mario Kart 64.
no, the actual game, the actual game.
Mario Kart 64.
No, Mario Kart 64 was the racing one. Like, damn, I'm not that stupid. Like, I know my Nintendo games. Like, I'm not a big Nintendo fan. You're not about. Listen, I might be swine, but I'm grade A swine. Thank you. No, it was the actual, not the racing one. I know Mario Kart is the racing one. It was the actual. You know what? I'm gonna have to fucking look this up because that's fucking irritating me. And
Super Mario 64? The one
yeah,
where you're jumping into pictures?
yeah. And then you over here kind of like questioning my whatever.
You just take out the cart and add a 64.
Hold on. Hold on. We're gonna.
Yeah, the naming conventions for Nintendo 64 were very basic.
Yeah, Super Mario 64. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. I played that one, and I think that the one with the stars or whatever, and yada yada yada. but yes, those that was kind of like the last Mario I played. Then after that, I kind of stopped caring. Same thing for Mario Kart and Mario Party. I mean, I only play it with the kids when they want to play because they're like big on those kind of games. But kind of sort of because Daniel kind of moved on to big boy games and he's now addicted. Oh my God, did I tell you he has his daddy's gambling problems? He is he's been into Genshin, so you know what slippery road he's headed, cause he's treating Genshin the same way I treat Fate Grand Order. So
You allowed this?
you know what? In his defense, he works, so you know what I can't argue. If you want to go and spend money on B bucks and gotcha. If you work for it, then I mean that's your money. If that's how you want to spend it, then by all means, at least he's not taking my money to go feed his gambling habit. So I can't tell him anything because then that would be very hypocritical of me. Because when y'all question my fake grand order purchases, I tell you the same thing. Mind your fucking business. I'm an adult. I get to choose what I do with my money. So, granted he's a teenager, so on and so forth. But at the same time, I have to hold on to that same standard I hold myself. But I will say he is responsible. He does work for it, and he does his chores and so on and so forth. Every now and then he needs a reminder to take out the trash. But we were all that age, so but yeah, no, he's fucking heavily into Genshin. I'm like, sir, turn it off. Go to bed. You guys go tomorrow. He's like, I'm rolling for this one. I'm like, okay, I'm rolling for Medusa Saber. See you, bye. Um, okay. Um, anything else on that list of things you don't like? Fucking pigeons, get away from my window.
I won't play Legend of Zelda, but I will play Hyrule Warriors.
There seems to be a pattern with you. I'm not okay. So you're one of those people that is, when they go out to eat and they order something, like pick out, they'll order a potato with, and then they'll pick out the thing but leave the peel. Okay, I see the kind of cultured person you are.
No, no, a restaurant. I get exactly what I know I'll eat.
What's wrong with salsa?
The same thing that's wrong with Final Fantasy.
What's wrong with Final
Oh, and that's
Fantasy?
another one.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
I will not play mainline Final Fantasy, but I will play Crystal Chronicles: My Life as a King.
You need to fucking leave. How fucking
All
dare
right,
you?
Karen.
You need to
Talking
fucking
about
leave.
you need to leave.
You need to leave now. Um, fuck your Crystal Chronicles. How fucking dare you? Have you played a mainline Final
Uh,
Fantasy? Just like Persona. Have you played a mainline before you start over here judging?
have you forgotten the reason why I hate Final Fantasy?
I, you know what? My brain cycles a lot of things. We could go over that. Just as a refresher.
Uh,
I'm pretty sure there's some uh violins in the background type situation that is not currently being pulled from the archives in my brain right now. So what happened with mainline? Come on, brain work. That Dennis is looking at us. His disapproving. What is it? Hyphen? No, is it hyphen? Then that fucking
oh,
emoji.
it is very quickly moving beyond disapproval. We are encroaching on disdain territory. That's dangerous.
I guess we're only doing one episode today. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Listen, I'll send you I'll send you a care package. If anything, I offer Rashid as a tribute to make up for. I gotta stop pimping up my friends. I offer Rashid as tribute
Mm-mm.
to make up for penance, and I'll buy you a furry escort. How about that? No. I'm still in the doghouse. No, no, no.
Yep,
Uh,
you ain't getting out of that one anytime soon.
uh, well, It's fine. It's summertime. Okay. I mean, I like that. Well, I don't like all of them. Seven was my first one. Was it? Yes. No. Seven was my first official one. Um, and then I bought all of them. Wait, no. Seven, eight, nine. Eight and nine I didn't really play. Seven I played from start to finish. 10 was my favorite. 10 part. Well, technically my tactics and 10 is tied for my two favorite. I guess since you hate the mainline ones, it's not it doesn't really matter to you. But 10 was kind of like revolutionary in terms of everything with the switching of party members to grid systems, so on and so forth. 10 Part 2 was also great. It was very different from 10. It was very fucking gay. I don't care what anybody tells me. It was still as good as 10. And then Tactics is just in a league on its own. They're actually doing a remake. I don't know how I feel about the remake, but so you already know how I feel when they start remaking everything for no reason other than to remake it. It's like, okay, just whatever. Like, unless it's something really, really old that I kind of understand. Well, that's part of the conversation later on. We're kind of skipping ahead, but unless it's something that's like really, really old and you can't kind of like get anywhere else because we are like how many fucking consoles into the future now? Then I kind of understand, but if you can easily emulate it, or if you have a beta or whatever, you can easily it's easily accessible. There was no reason to remake it, but anyway, it'll come back to me later on why, but whatever. Okay. So what do you like? Apparently you hate everything. What do you like? Cause it seems like you
Oh no, I like certain things.
okay. Like what? Cause you just.
Uh, Senpai doesn't know what they like.
I know what you like outside of video. Separate conversation.
That's wild. Wild.
I should have known we would have.
So,
Should have known who would have gone there.
what's the number one game that we share in common?
Warframe, Fake Grand Order.
Fate Grand Order is the correct answer. 50%.
But you're a PC guy, so you have like so much shit you could choose from. Wait, there was something you used to play before live. It's not coming back to me. See, that's the whole thing, because it's not like you're like, it's not like you're part of like the PSN buddies who I'm constantly playing with. So it kind of, what's that sound? Oh shit, the battery. I forgot to plug in the battery for the camera. I'll get to that in a second. So it's a little different. Whatever. Okay. So then you're kind of more of a solo, casual, um, deep experiences type of gamer. For lack of better terms. Yes. No. Maybe. Am I close?
Casual slash deep experiences? No, because I also used to play League of Legends for several years.
You used to play what?
League of Legends.
That's the one. There you go. I knew it was fucking something. It was in there. Um, how was that? I can never get into it. I'm pretty sure if I tried, I probably could. It just wasn't
I wouldn't do it.
for me. You wouldn't? Why not? As I take this moment to go play
The
it.
game is very different from how it was back in the day. It's not worth it.
Did you ever do WoW?
Hmm?
Did you ever do World of Warcraft or Diablo? Out of pure curiosity, where is the cable? Um, Shit, where is the cable? Just give me 1 second. The shenanigans that happen off camera. Where is the? I think it goes in here. Oh, you can't hear me, duh. I hope it's charging. Let's go. Charge. Thank you. Okay. I don't know. Plugged it in. It should be working. Sorry about that. So you see me in my little Adidas tank top, which is a little too kind of like short here. Feels like a fucking sports bra, but whatever. Um, I was saying, did you ever get into World of Warcraft and Diablo? So I think I'm gonna ask you about
No
Diablo
and no.
every time because I know I got four. I decided I got peer pressured into getting four, which we played for a little while. Then like everything else, people stopped playing, and I just spent like $100 and something on a game I haven't played ever since I played it with the guys. Okay, that's uh
No on both counts.
oh, it's fine. We still heart you. It's okay. We're not. You're a little too cultured for the swine, but it's fine. We still heart you. You're still senpai at the end of the day. I you know what? I'm more of a casual. You know, I can't even say casual. No, yeah, I can't, cause like some of my favorites and some of the ones that I played, cause like was like Parasite Eve, which was a quote unquote cinematic RPG, which was probably the only reason why I got a PlayStation was to play that game, cause that fucking trailer for that game was like so. Well, at least for me, it was so like holy shit, I gotta get that game. But in order to get that game, I gotta get a PlayStation. I got it. That I will hope they not necessarily make a remake, but they do a reboot like they did with Final Fantasy VII Integrate and so on and so forth, where they make. I mean, I don't even care if they make a whole new um, scenario, but we need a modern day version of that, and I'm not the only one that feels that way. Metal Gear Solid was also one of my favorites. It's one of the type of games I play regularly. Warframe. I've been playing Skyrim a lot recently. Again, I had it
Mm.
on the 360 when it came out. It ruined my relationship because my partner at that, my boyfriend at that time, left me. Well, almost left me because of Skyrim. Because he's like, you play Skyrim too much. It's either me or Skyrim, and I'm like, oh look at that, Dragonborn, haha. No, I have like 6,000 hours. Yeah, I have 6,000 hours on the original Skyrim on the 360. Like I did every single thing in that game. Every single item, every single dungeon, side mission, so on and so forth. Radiant quest. Yeah, I was fucking addicted to that game for whatever reason. But no, I kind of like the more casual stuff. I'm not big into multiplayer. If it requires me to talk, it requires me to join a party. Do not expect me to do it. Granted, I made an exception for Destiny. That's a whole fucking podcast episode on its own. You know what? I should bring in Kingdom for that. You know, I should. No, I'm gonna text him later. But look, would you like to do a Destiny episode? Um, but I never got into like the mainstream stuff. Like sports, I'm not a big fan of. I was never into Madden, NBA 2K, so on and so forth. Call of Duty, my ex ruined it for. I guess just how like Skyrim, I ruined Skyrim for him. He ruined Call of Duty for me. When we first met, that's all he played. Pretty sure that's all he still plays. I tried to play with him. He got kind of psycho with it. He's like, "Oh, you need to do this, and no, no. Okay, sorry, don't tell me how to fucking live my life." So I just the same way you
Mm.
hate platformers and Final Fantasy and so on and so forth. He kind of ruined that experience for me. So I've never been into like the heavy stuff like Call of Duty, Madden, Grand Theft Auto, the original I played. I can never get into 4, 5, 6, whatever the current. Well, 6 hasn't come out yet. 5, I believe, was the last. That goes to show you how out of touch I am with Grand Theft Auto. Like the mainstream stuff, I never got into. Like I was more into like the more kind of choose your own adventure type of situation. Anything that involved, like, for example, when I used to play Final Fantasy 11, I was all about that crafting. Like any game that has crafting and you can like make your own weapons and mod and customize and shit. Like, ooh, I'm a sucker for that shit. Like I'll be on that shit trying to just 6 hours chopping wood just to make a wood bow. I don't know what it is about crafting and video game. Maybe it's because I wanted to be a crafter in real life and I never got the chance to do so. But whatever. Uh,
Mm.
I guess we could do some. Well, already, yeah, we could do some of your favorites because I kind of inadvertently ended up naming some of my favorites. What are some of your favorites?
Hmm. Some of my favorite.
When you answer like,
Let's see, we got Pokemon, we got Dragon Ball Z,
every time you do
we
that, you know what I
got
picture? I picture you Bonnie from like Team Rocket in his chair with a meow, just kind of like doing that signature villain pose. Every time you go, that's what I picture. But I'm
I
sorry, go
mean,
ahead.
not too far off.
Oh, okay. I mean, you got the chair for it, so you know, I might get you a cat just so you could have like a little Persian, and we could just complete the whole, look and continue.
But let's see. So Warframe is definitely a favorite.
I gotta get my hands on
Civilization
Warframe.
franchise.
Which one?
Sid Meier's Civilization.
Oh, what is that? Like I never played one. So for us uncultured swine, can you briefly explain it in 1 minute or two? No more than three. Like what's the
Sid
premise?
Meier's Civilization
Is
is
it
basically you start out as a famous figure slash leader,
okay?
and you take your civilization from the ancient era, Stone Age, whatever, up into the modern era as far as like culture and science goes, and
So it's
you're fighting against other leaders,
so
and
it's
each leader has their own specific
like
bonuses and
traits and stuff like
powers
that.
and stuff like that.
Okay, so it's kind of like Lemmings with The Sims with like real time simulator mixed into it. I guess is the best way I can put it without really knowing because I never
Something
played
like
it.
that.
Because I saw it on Game Pass the other day. Well, yesterday. Yeah, I went back to playing the Xbox. I took a break from the PS5. I got that 1 month Game Pass Ultimate, so I'm giving it a spin. So I saw it. I never played one. I know my little brother likes that type of shit. I never played one of those. Maybe I might later on when I get bored. Okay, so at least I know if I do try what I'm getting myself into. Um, all right. So what are you currently playing now besides Fate Granddaughter? Haha. Speaking of,
Right now,
I gotta log in.
my current obsession
Make sure I don't break anything.
is a game called Your Chronicle.
Is that an RPG?
It is a text-based RPG
Oh, I tried one of those.
slash idle game.
Oh, what is
Yes.
it?
So
PC Switch?
it's a game that you can kind of like leave running and it'll do its own thing. It has a story, actually has a story with multiple endings.
Oh, so is it like a visual novel? Cause
Yes.
that's what I was. Once you said, I was like, oh, that sounds like a visual novel. Oh, I gotta go check if they
It's
finally
not a
put.
visual novel because there is nothing visual about it.
I gotta go see if they put uh Fate on sale at the eShop because I'm not paying full price for that. Fuck out of here. There's no way I'm paying full price for that. Um, anything
By
on
the way, Samurai Remnant is on sale on Steam
which
for
one?
half off.
Which one? I think I might have that one on my old account, not the new account. Wait, how much off did you say?
50% off.
That's how they catch you. With those fucking 50% off. Okay, I will check that out later. Though I think I had, or maybe I'm confusing that with something else. That's the real life one, right? Let's see if I have that
Samurai Remnant is the one that takes place in Japan
one. Okay.
a long time ago.
Yes, I think I might have that one. Since they catch me with those sales, I'm like, oh, I don't want to pay that, but you know what? It's 60% off. Why not? I mean, I have it there. I can play it later on. Okay, so that's what you're currently playing. I know what I'm currently playing. What console are you currently on? I know the answer. They don't know the answer. I know the answer, but they don't know the answer because I know you're about to tell me like, oh, you already know the answer. I'm like, I do, but they don't.
Well, I have to be one to propose and push the power of the master race, DC.
You motherfucker. You plan on getting a off topic? You plan on getting a Switch too?
Eventually.
Just because you're a Nintendo fanboy. I'm not in a
I wouldn't
rush.
say I'm a Nintendo fanboy.
I'm not in a
Like
rush.
like I said, I'm very particular. I'm very particular about the things that I ingest or
Oh,
ascribe to.
okay. I see
I will
that.
only get my Switch to
When?
when there are more games for me to play with. Because as
Yeah.
it stands, the main things are basically
Just
Mario Kart
yeah.
and whatever else came out on
Upscaled.
launch on the
Yeah.
eShop.
Upscaled versions of. I 100% agree with you because that's kind of like what happened when the PS5 came out and I upgraded to the PS5. It was basically just PS5 versions of a lot of shit that was already available on the PS4 just for like a maybe like not even like no more than like 20% performance upgrade. The PS5 didn't really have a lot of.
See, but the thing that most people don't understand about the Switch too is that you're not buying the entire full game again for
You have to pay
the,
$10
the
if you
Switch 2.
have. I think that's how it works, right?
Yeah,
And then they don't have
some games they upgrade for free, and then
yeah,
some games you have to
you have to pay
give
ten
like $10
dollars,
for.
and then they no longer
Yeah,
have physical. You get a box and you get the manual, but you don't get an actual game because I think now they're using a whole digital code
well,
system.
that's not true either, because there
Okay,
are cartridges that are physical, but they're saying that the game itself isn't on the cartridge.
is it on the? Yeah, it's like a code.
It's like yeah, but some are still in the cartridge because any Switch 2 version of a game that you buy still works on the Switch 1.
Yeah, so I guess they really are pushing for all digital thing. I mean, you know what? Honestly, they were headed that way. I mean, it's kind of because I mean that would be the next logical step would be digital and then from digital forsaking digital. I'm pretty sure that what they're trying to do is head into that whole subscription based system where like everything is going to be cloud based and you just pay a tiered
I mean, but
subscription.
they've been doing that already. Like
They
that's what
have,
I
but at
saw.
least before it was optional. Now it seems like they're kind of pushing it into where you really won't have. Because I mean, now if you look at it, like a lot of stuff you can still get physical. You're not tied to digital or subscription. I mean, certain like I'll say it, Game Pass is better than PlayStation Plus. I don't care what anybody says. Yes, PlayStation Plus has certain caveats at the premium level. Is it worth the price they're charging? Hell to the motherfucking no. But that's a whole nother story. I'm gonna leave alone because we as the consumers made it that way. That whole. I mean, we could get into semantics and that whole. Speak with your wallet, so on and so forth. But whatever. We're gonna leave that alone. But at least we have options, so we don't have to necessarily get PS Plus because we could get a physical or yada yada yada. But it's kind of shifting into a position where like not picking on Nintendo, but just to use that as an example. So, not with obviously, like you said, not with every single game, but it's like I buy something. Yes, I get the physical contents and so on and so forth, but I don't get an actual physical copy of the game. It's digital. I have to download it, which I personally don't have a problem with it. But as we've seen in certain situations, once the server goes down or once the internet goes down, or they easily remove stuff from the store that you paid for. So it kind of like brings into question that whole ownership thing, and then there's people that want to have an actual physical product, so on and so forth. But then that's what we agreed to when we, you know, agreed to that EULA, whatever. But now it's kind of like I was
Use your
saying,
life.
yeah, end user license agreement. Yeah. But now it's kind of shifting into a direction where like we're gonna be we won't have much of a choice but to like go all digital and cloud based and so on and so forth. Uh, I mean, it works. I have no problem with it. Like I said, it has certain, just like everything, it has pros and cons. Once the server goes down, or they could easily delist something you own, and so on and so forth. But technology, you know. um, how do you feel about that whole situation? I sort of went on a rant
How
there.
do I
I'm sorry.
personally? I'm ambivalent,
I kind of
mainly because
see
like
that.
I'm kind of like this already subscribe to something like that because basically, if you have
You're a PC
Steam
person. Yeah,
or
yeah. That was a
yeah,
that was a
yeah,
good.
basically, if you have Steam or Epic Games, technically you don't really own any of those games. So if anything were to happen, you spent all that money and your games are gone.
I mean, I know some of them are like COG has a lot of like DRM stuff and so on and so forth that you could pretty much own and so on.
Yeah, so it's like if you have Steam or like if you use PC games that are you get from
You're
Steam,
pretty much already locked
the
into
games,
yeah.
yeah, like you already are subscribed to like a similar or like a system that's like similar to that,
I mean, listen, y'all be getting them discounts for Steam, though. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all be getting like them
right?
40, 60, 70, 80, and I'm like, shit, I want to pay $10. But I can't, I mean,
Mm.
I could. I don't know. Because you know what? I could easily just, plug the Xbox controller into the PC and use that instead of
All of that.
the whole mouse and keyboard thing. Someday. Maybe when the podcast takes off and we make money, I might get myself or I might have you custom make me a PC,
Wow.
gaming PC, and maybe I'll upgrade from uncultured swine to swine, and Senpai will notice me again and not leave me in the doghouse for the next 20 years. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Is there anything you're looking forward to that's coming out in the future? Which I don't really know if I really want to ask that, because considering all the game shows they just had, once again, same pattern. Another Resident Evil, another this, another that. Though they did have one or two that kind of caught my attention. There was one on the Xbox, that sci-fi one with the tall Colossus looking dude and the girl, and they team up and do shit and so on and so forth. But otherwise, I don't think there was really anything. Like I said, well, maybe Outer Worlds 2. Maybe just like, well, I don't know if you can see me, but just like this much. I played the first one. Only because it was the same studio that made Fallout New Vegas, Obsidian, I believe it was. It was alright. After playing it for a few hours and like a few days, it wasn't what I wanted, but I would go back to it. Hopefully, two will be better, but we'll see. Is there anything you're looking forward to, sir?
Mm,
My voice just cracked. Oh no.
potentially the new Pokemon game that's supposed to be coming in the next couple of months.
I'm gonna end up
Then we
getting
have
that. That's an automatic purchase.
uh
Nintendo.
yep, then we have Digimon Time Stranger.
I
Digimon Story
see the
Time Stranger.
PS5 ones go on sale like every other week. Are they worth it?
PS5s?
Yeah, like all the ones like every other month they go on sale for like 70, 80% off. Digimon Cyber Sleuth, Digimon Story, this, yada yada yada, so on and so forth.
So the Digimon Story games are a little bit different from the Digimon World games.
Okay,
So they actually it's kind of like I can't even describe it. It's like you're it's like a actual story that has actual stakes. You're not just running around and doing RPG stuff.
okay.
Um,
So there's
yeah,
consequences.
those like if you play those, it'll take some getting used to
Okay.
because there's a lot of like different things you could Digivolve, you could Digimon to different varieties and stuff like that. Digivolve forward, unlock something, Digivolve backwards, then do another alternate line, etc., etc. Et cetera. So there's a lot of like things you can do.
So they're kind of worth getting when they go on
There's
sale for like 80% off.
yeah,
Okay, I guess
yeah, and
I'll
then
try one of
if you
each.
play those and you get used to it, then you already know about like how some of the systems in the next ones are gonna go.
Yeah, because I think Cyber Sleuth was one of the ones that goes on, and then like Digimon World something or other. When it goes on sale, I'll screenshot and send it to you.
Yeah.
You know, you know what? I'm currently unemployed, not because I'm for reasons we got laid off. So maybe now I will take a time out and go explore, maybe buy one or two and try them out. Ooh. Okay, so one last thing, because we're kind of past the hour mark, but it's fine. What are your thoughts on the whole remake versus reboot versus remaster situation. The R, the R3 system, as I call it. I think it might be R4, but we'll leave it at R3. Are you for them, against them? Don't care.
Remasters are fine as long as you don't change too much. Reboots depends on how, like so remasters and versus reboots are you're basically remaking a really old game into something more modern.
Yeah, you're just updating the
Reboot,
graphics, or yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Well, we probably should have
So
started with
reboots are
that.
like
Yeah,
so it's like time Tomb Raider. You go from polygon titties to actual character.
yeah.
Yeah, as long as they don't change too much about the original, it should be fine. Like the new Tomb Raider actually did pretty well, all things considered.
Mm-hmm.
And then remasters, no comment, because there are a lot of remasters that they try to
And it was just fucking.
create, and
It was
it's
fucking
yeah,
terrible.
no.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so then I
Like
mean,
freaking Pokemon Diamond versus Brilliant Diamond. Like what the hell? What were they thinking?
I have it. I haven't finished it. I think I am on badge number 6, and then I just couldn't do it anymore. I played the
Yeah,
original.
it looks so bad.
It's just I couldn't. I played the original. I had like 10. Listen,
Amazing.
I had like 10 3DSs. I bought one and sold one to GameStop. I was in a shaky kind of financial situation back then. Um, I did play them. I played the original. I think I made it up to black and white, and then after that, I just stopped. I didn't play a Pokemon game until Arceus, Scarlet, Violet, and the like you just said, the Pearl Diamond remake. And yeah, I got up to badge number 6, and I couldn't. I was like, we had all this shit in the 3DS version. I don't remember half of this shit. What the fuck is going on here? Um, But yeah, it's safe to say remaster pretty much is when you take something and either you just upscale the graphics, or you make it compatible. You take a game from like 2004 and just like upscale a lot of things and just re-release it on whatever system. Obviously, reboot is when you take something and you remake it all over. Like for example, you said Tomb Raider. Saint Row is an example I want to use, but I don't want to use because the reboot was. I'm gonna leave that alone because it has a whole lot of issues, but it was terrible. And then a remake.
I didn't play it.
You didn't play it? Don't play it. Save yourself the trouble. I mean, I only got it because it went on sale for like $5, literally $5 for the like
That's why.
ultimate gold
They're like, please
edition.
buy our game.
Yeah, ultimate. Honestly, listen. That's how Sony catches me because I just be like, minding my own business, and randomly it's like, oh, the whatever sale. Next thing you know, those quote unquote gold editions and platinum editions and ultimate editions that are like 129, blah 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 blah, go on sale for like $20. I'm like, oh, okay, you know what, $20 compared to 130, whatever. That's not bad. I'll get it. And it was like $5. I got it, but it was fucking terrible. And then obviously, remakes is kind of sort of, it's kind of like an upgraded remaster. They just might take something and might upgrade current stuff to um one modern standards. Like what's that stupid game that came out on the PS Vita? Not Advance Wars. It was. It'll come back to me. Whatever. They did that with Gundam Seed as well, but that was kind of sort of a remaster slash remake, whatever. But it's fine. We're out of time. We said we were gonna stick to our episodes. It's fine. We're getting better at it. We're at an hour and 3 minutes. But it's fine. We covered everything we wanted to cover. I got to show off my one completed Gundam and one 70% completed Gundam, and then my little Miles Morales over here. Eventually, I'm gonna have the whole table lined up with them. Probably a bad idea because I'm pretty sure when I move on, they're all gonna topple over. But it's fine. If anything, I put them on the wall behind me. I'm working on decorating the podcast space with, so it doesn't look like a fucking clinical office. But yes, you want to close it out, or you want me to? Ooh, I gotta. You know what? I'm gonna close it out only because now I have an outro. Not really an outro song, but I have a little outro, like two little line outro that I started working on. So you're gonna hear it, then you'll give me your feedback. You're probably gonna make fun of me later on, but yeah, thank you for joining us for this wonderful episode. Are we doing another one or
I don't think I'll have time because I
yeah,
have to
because
get out of
you
here by
have
like
yeah,
five.
you told me you got that thing at 6. That's fine. I gotta go figure out this whole Discord situation. But um I promise to use Discord more often. Now that we've sort of worked out most of the systems, I know I keep hitting you up on Instagram. It's fine. But yeah, now that I have a little bit more free time, hopefully we'll get a few more episodes done and so on and so forth. Thank you, Dennis, for joining us. Thank you guys for watching. If you're watching, eventually I have to turn this into audio, put it on Spotify, and what's the little outro I had? Ah, there we go. To wait, shit, fuck, I had it. It slipped my mind. So here we go. Thank you for watching. To the stars and us, be responsible. Haha, yay.